We all know the story of the children of Israel being released from Egypt. We all know the story of their journey across the Red Sea and across the desert. We all know of the story of how they arrived at the banks of the Promised Land. They sent 12 spies across to go and scout the land. All 12 spies came back and said, yes, it is the land of milk and honey. Yes, it is our promised land. All 12 spies agreed that there were giants in the land that were prepared to defend against the children of Israel. 10 of the spies concluded that therefore they should not cross over and go into the promised land. Only 2, Joshua and Caleb, said, if the same God that released us from Pharaoh is with us, if the same God that parted the Red Sea, allowed us to cross on dry ground, wiped out the enemy behind us, is still with us, if the same God that wiped out the Amalekites in the desert, the same God that caused manna to fall from heaven, and when we complained, even brought us quails, if the same God that poured water out of the rock, the same God that sustained us in the desert is with us now, then surely if we enter into the promised land, we shall prevail. But as we know, the entire generation of Israel said, therefore we will not cross over. We'd rather go back to Egypt. And the Lord kept Israel on the banks of their glory for 40 years so that the unbelieving generation would die. The next principle of the Solomonic blessing is intercession. You see, Joshua and Caleb were willing to go into the promised land, had faith in God, believed that God would help them prevail. But everybody that was around them did not believe the same thing. So not only did Israel not enter into the promised land, so did Joshua and Caleb, as believing as they were, they did not enter in because the people around them did not believe. Later on in his life, Joshua said, you can worship whomever you want to worship. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. You see, you need to understand this. If you only pray for yourself and you are among unbelieving people that do not believe that God will prevail on your behalf, your blessing will be delayed, not because you did not believe, but because you are in the presence of unbelieving people. You need to intercede for the people around you. You need to cause the power of God to change their faith so that they may believe in the same things that you believe in. Because for them, and surely the power of God will come into your life, will come into their life, and together you will go into the presence of God. You will enter into your Solomonic blessing. Intercede for yourself. Intercede for your family. Intercede for the nation. Intercede for everyone around you. And surely the blessing of God will come upon you. Thank you and God bless you.